what's up? This is Kenneth from the Mixtape Chef. Welcome back to the second episode of Kitchen Fundamentals. The first one I actually shared with you how to make rice on the stovetop. It's somewhere here, and right now in Singapore we're on some kind of semi-lockdown. The schools are closed and everyone's working from home, and I think breakfast is going to be a big deal for everyone, for many of us actually. So today's episode is about eggs, how to cook eggs, and let's go. Well, the first thing you should know that eggs are sold by size, and the size that actually goes by the weight. And here you go, a couple of standard sizes that we always get. I get like my eggs are large, always 55 to 60 grams. You can see on the packaging there is actually a weight, and you should know the size of the eggs. When you go and buy eggs at the supermarket, you often get thrown off, and there's so many different kind of eggs, like carrot eggs, firstborn eggs, and all this stuff. Till now I still don't know what it means, but essentially to me it breaks down into two categories. One is the farm eggs, and the other one is the combo eggs. Combo eggs are the ones that the chickens are free running, and yeah, it's just all in all a better quality egg. And look at the color of the yolk. Look at it. I mean expensive, but look at the color. There's no way you can go back to normal eggs after this. To keep the eggs fresh, I will put it in the fridge, and it will easily last around 3 to 4 weeks, easily. And if you buy your eggs from the distributors like me, it can easily go to 5 or 6 weeks, because those supermarkets are easily 1 or 2 weeks old. All it happens is that when the egg's not fresh, is that you get a lot of liquid stuff coming out, which is not so nice for sunny side up, but otherwise it's good for everything else. And so today we're gonna make 3 types of eggs: the classic sunny side up, and scrambled egg, and watch me screw up an omelette. Let's go! But the first thing you need is a non-stick pan. There's just no two ways around it. Just go get a non-stick pan. You can get a cheap one, it's fine. And because it's a non-stick pan, you can't use metal on it. You have to use something like a wood or a silicone spatula. And first up, the classic sunny side up. Put this on the bread, put this on the rosti. Anything you throw this thing on is gonna look pretty. Let's go! Well, the thing about eggs is that they are very heat sensitive, so my approach will be going low and slow. If the heat is too low, you can still salvage it, but if it's too hot, the whole thing is just going to turn into a fried egg, and there's no way around it except to do a new one. Preheat your pan and put a little bit of oil inside there. So crack an egg into a small bowl and put it into the pan. It is much easier to put it in a small bowl, because if you crack it directly into the pan, there's a chance of the yolk breaking, there's a chance of a shell. To save you the trouble, just put it in a small bowl. And like I say, heat control is very important for eggs. You want to cook this sunny side up on a very low heat. You want to make sure that the egg is barely bubbling in the oil. Anything more, the egg white is gonna blister. If that's what you want, go ahead. But I like my egg white to be like almost like a rubber, like a cartoon. So it's gonna be a lot of in and out of heat, just to make sure that the oil is barely bubbling. And you see there, when the heat got a bit too high and there's a little bubble that came up, that's fine. But if you go any hotter, there's gonna be a lot more bubbles. And when the white looks quite set, go ahead and just jiggle around, make sure that it's not sticking to the pan. That's very important. Shake it around, make sure that it's not sticking to the pan. Once the white is set, you just got to cook your egg yolk until your desired runniness. The way to check is to shake the pan a little bit. You can see the yolk sort of jiggling. The more jiggly it is, that means that the yolk is runny. The more firm it is, it means that the yolk is quite cooked. Yeah. All in all, this took me about 2 minutes to make, and I think it's well worth the effort. And look at it. Enjoy as it bleeds itself to death. And next, the scrambled eggs. Same drill, crack the eggs into a bowl. I use about 2 eggs per person. Go ahead and whisk it up. What you're looking for is that there's no more lumps, and it's a very smooth, homogeneous egg. It streams down beautifully as a stream. There's not much lumps going inside there. Season with a little bit of salt and preheat the pan. Yep, no cream, no water, just eggs. Now with the preheat pan, you want to put a knob of butter. You want enough butter that there's a thin layer of butter on the entire surface of the pan. Now go ahead and dump your eggs into the pan. What we're looking for is for the bottom layer to set. If your pan is too hot now, the bottom layer should set straight away. Mine is quite cold still, so it's still coming up to speed. But either way, just watch for the bottom to set. And when the bottom sets, slowly use your spoon and pressure, just pull in little bit by little bit. You want to form like little ribbons of eggs on the bottom. Go ahead and keep doing this until the egg is almost cooked through. You want to be careful because the pan has a lot of heat, so once it looks like it's almost done, you want to take it off the heat and finish off with the residual heat on the pan. And once you have reached your desired doneness, just go ahead and put it on whatever you want, on the bread or the plate, or like me, I'm here, just fresh cracked pepper and just enjoy. Now there's supposed to be a French omelette that's screwed up, but anyway, I'm gonna show you guys anyway. But it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's gonna taste good anyway. So just crack some eggs into the bowl. In this case, I'm making omelette for 2 for us for breakfast. So 4 eggs. Whisk it very, very well. And for my omelette, I'm using my fancy self-fermented beef garum. A few drops of this makes magic to eggs, but if you're at home, just go ahead and use salt. You can really put anything into your omelette like a hotel, choose whatever you want as long as it's diced up very finely and very small, or it's like cheese, will melt. You know the drill now. Non-stick pan, preheat it on low flame, add a knob of butter, and make sure there's enough butter to coat the bottom. Swirl it all around. I feel like a broken record now. Drop the eggs on the pan. The same thing, you're looking for the bottom to set first. If your pan is too hot and it sets immediately, move it away from the flame, but otherwise leave it there for the bottom to set. Now right about here you can see my eggs are about 60% cooked. And I'm also constantly moving the sides to make sure that it lifts off from the pan. At this point you don't want to touch it too much to sort of you want to make a very solid bottom so they can roll up the eggs like a cigar. At this point, you realize that my egg is stuck. It is not lifting from the side, but fear not. All you need to do is just take some oil and drizzle all around the edges, lift it up and let the oil seep through, and it should lift off by itself. Alright, so my eggs, as you can see now, is about 80% cooked, and I'm loading up the cheese. I'm using cheddar cheese in this case, but you can put anything you want, mushrooms, tomatoes, go ahead. And you can see that the oil that I put around the edges is lifting up the eggs. The mistake here is that I used 4 eggs. In this case, it's a bit too thick and too heavy for me to roll it up. Using a small pan, I would recommend you to start with 2 eggs first. And what you want to do is sort of roll it up like a cigar. Watch me fail miserably here, but it's fine. Eventually it tastes fine. What you gotta do is just keep rolling it up into a nice roll of cigar, and yeah, roll it up on the one edges, and then try to flip it up and flip the other side back in to like a burrito. Alright, so once you get into some semblance of a cigar shape, move it to the side of the pan, just above the flame. You just want to finish the last 20% before you plate it up. What you're looking for is for the egg to almost cook finish, and the cheese is melted. Go ahead, tilt it into a plate and enjoy. guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see from my channel as well. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. You can click here to subscribe, or you can click here to watch more stuff from my channel. Bye! Happy cooking!